sa akin yung kay ano lang, yung sa table.
Okay, Jamie, where are you originally from?
I'm from Angeles City, Pampanga, Philippines.
And what was your childhood like?
It was good. I was raised in a Catholic born, raised family. And I was a shy, I'm not really a shy girl at first, and I don't have many friends growing up, but I do have trusted friends. I choose my friends wisely. So,
You have both parents?
yep, I do have. My mom is a stenographer, court stenographer, and my dad has a sari-sari store at home. Yeah.
So you had a happy childhood, or?
I won't say it's not a perfect childhood, but for me, it's, my parents are with me growing up, and I think it's a happy childhood. Lots of memories with my family and my friends too. I would say it's a happy childhood.
And you have brothers and sisters?
Yep, I do have. I am the oldest one. I do have I have two younger brothers and one sister.
But at some point you started having problems, right?
Yeah, when I was 12 years old, I started to have an insomnia. I just couldn't sleep properly. It started when I felt so much insecurities because at that time we had I remember that it was my first day at grade 6. We don't have much money then. We're having financial problems. So my insecurities started to build up, and I was thinking as to, because I was a very young girl at that time, so I don't have and I don't have many friends at that time, so I don't have someone to talk to. So I'm just thinking all of the problems in my mind. So I just couldn't sleep at night, and I started to feel lonely. I started to feel like I was stupid because my mind is running all the time. And at night, every night, it's I'm always worrying on how could I sleep, because that time I was not able to tell it to my parents. I was scared, and I don't want them to worry about me, so I just hid it.
What do you think it began when you were 12 years old? Maybe it was because of puberty, or there was one specific event?
I don't know exactly. I just realized that maybe it was hereditary. Around, I think it was 15 years old, I was told that we had relatives who also encountered or experienced what I was experiencing as well. So yeah.
And what was the specifics of the insomnia? You would sleep 2 hours a night, or you wouldn't sleep at all?
No, I can't sleep at all. I was just sleeping. My eyes are closed, but I can't stop thinking about things, about what happened and what are my embarrassments. I think it started when I had embarrassments at a young age. And I was thinking it over and over again, like, why did I did that? My image was broken. I feel like that. So my insecurities just like go down the drain, and yeah.
Like you would like think about. So you would be like half awake, half asleep, sort of.
As much as I can remember, I was full awake and aware what my surroundings are. Sometimes when I can no longer pretend that I'm sleeping, I just open my eyes and wait for 5 a.m. to go to school. That was like 2010 to 2011.
How old are you now?
I'm 26 years old now.
And then this insomnia and stuff, this would go on every single night.
Yep. However, it's like seasonal. Like, for example, after 6 months, I'm fine. Or like after a month, I can have my normal sleeping routine. And then when I feel like stressed and started to develop depression again, that's where my insomnia strikes me again.
Just like it's like a specific time of year.
Yeah. But most of the time, since I was young again, I cannot control it. It's like it's seasonal, and yeah, it's so hard to control it. And I think my mistake at that time was not telling it to my parents. I let it slide, and I kept it with me. And I think it's best that if you just told them the truth, especially I'm with my parents. I'm lucky that I'm with my parents at the time. They're still guiding me, and I'm not sure if they noticed it. I think my teachers were like, "Are you okay?" They're asking me if I'm okay, and then my answer was like, "It's just me. I'm fine. It's just the way I am." That's my answer before, and then I really decided to not share it to them because I feel like they won't understand, and I was so afraid of getting judged at that time because I can't explain what's really happening. I was 12 years old. So yeah, and then when I turned 15, I can like sleep longer, and I can already that like before I was like 1 to 2 months not sleeping, and come high school I can sleep longer than that, or I can manage my sleeping habits more properly.
So like the longest period, what was the longest period you ever went without any, like a single hour of sleep?
Oh, I think a month or like 3 months. I can't really sleep properly. And then after 3 months, I'm well again. And then after a month, I'm not. Insomnia strikes again. It was like that.
And like, so you had these like seasonal periods when you had insomnia and when you didn't have it. So what was like the transition like periods look like? Like when you started like being able to sleep again, you started sleeping like just after one night, you started sleeping 8 hours a night, or it was like slowly building up?
Yeah, it's slowly building up. Sometimes I can sleep for 2 hours, and then it will build up to 4 hours until I can get the normal sleeping hours for 8 hours. So, yeah.
And what was like different and like you started. It was like it was summertime that you got good sleep, or
I can't remember, but I think it started June of 2012. So it's a rainy season. It's rainy season at that time. So maybe around summer I'm fine. I don't know the reason as to why I'm fine whenever it's summer, but come November or Burr months, I can't sleep again at that time.
maybe it's because of school.
Yeah, maybe mainly of school. And I also remember that sometimes because I was not sleeping, I couldn't remember things. I couldn't remember the subjects that we are tackling at school. So that's also a problem. Whenever you don't have sleep, you can't focus properly. So my grades were like up and down every quarter, or I mean, every period. And I think my teachers already know about it, but I just can't tell them the truth because it's personal. Yeah.
And what? So you're good now?
Yes, I am. I'm taking medications, sleeping pills whenever I, what do you call that? Whenever I am still awake past my sleeping hours, like for example, because of where I'm working, so whenever I need to do an overtime, I will take sleeping pills just to make sure that I can have 8 hours of sleep.
So talk about like that, like, so when you were 15, that's when you figured out how to manage it, and like, so how did you get good? How did you heal?
I healed because there are like the aspects of health, right? Like the physical, the mental, the emotional, and spirituality. At first, I tried to accept that I do have a problem. I do have mental problems. And then second, I tried to help myself by taking care of my physical health, like eating properly, avoiding junk foods, and drinking a lot of water, and surrounding myself to people who can help me, or people who I know that can understand and accept myself, where I don't feel judged, even though they're just like, I don't know, 2 to 5 people. I surround myself to right people. So that I think that helps.
And this is the advice you would give to other people who are maybe struggling with insomnia?
To those who are struggling with insomnia, I highly advise for you to go to your doctor and make sure that the people that you speak with are your trusted persons or trusted people. It doesn't matter if you're blood related with them, as long as you trust them and you know that they can listen to you without judging you, then you're fine. A lot of teachings in my daily lives, encountering people, and by reading books, I was able to help myself go through it, and just believing in myself that you can surpass all of this. And like, if you believe in God, like me, I do believe in God. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in Him, and I believe that He will not give me problems that He knows that I can't surpass. So yeah, it's just by believing in yourself and taking care of your physical aspects, physical health.
And like when you were not sleeping for a month or 3 months, like how did you feel? What did that make you feel?
Right, nice question. I feel like I was like, I'm not hungry, but my body is like deteriorating. But good thing is that I never ever passed out. That's a good thing with what happened. I never passed out, and I feel like my mind is out of focus all the time. Like I always stutter, and sometimes I feel like I was stupid because my mind is not working properly. And yeah.
It was affecting your schoolwork?
Yeah, it was. It was affecting my schoolwork a lot.
Do you think maybe it was like a spiral? Then like when you didn't get enough sleep, you did bad in school, and you felt like embarrassed. And then you had even more stuff to be awake about, and then it was like a spiral.
Yeah, it's like a spiral going. Yeah, it was.
And like so you had this problem only when you were 12 to 15.
I'm sorry.
You only had this problem when you were from 12 to 15.
It started when I was 12, and then as time goes by, I just cope up with it.
But like what about like when you were 16, 17, and like 20 and 24? Like you didn't have any problems with sleeping then?
No, I was able to cope up with it, and whenever I don't have sleep, what I always do is I started taking the pills when I was 16 years old. Yeah, it helps. So what happened when I was 16 was like it wasn't seasonal anymore. Like it only happens for a month, and then I can't sleep properly after. I think time heals.
You think you grew out of it?
I just grew out of it, yeah.
And like, what specific medication do you take and how often?
Whenever I feel like I'm about to not go to sleep again, I take like the sleep well. There are sleeping pills that my doctor recommended me to drink. I think it's 5 milligrams. And then when I was like, when I turned 25, I was like, I was not able to sleep again. I think maybe because of because of my habits. They're not like, I was not able to manage my habits properly. So I was still up around 2 a.m. and then that's where I visit the doctor again. And that time he gave me a higher dosage for like 10 milligrams, and I need to take those for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then I visit my doctor again.
What kind of a doctor? Is he like a general doctor or a psychiatrist?
No,
or?
I'm not sure if he's a psychiatrist. I forgot the name, but I think he's a neurologist, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
And like the sleeping pills that you take, this is like prescription drugs, or this is like you can just buy them?
No, they're prescribed by a doctor, yeah.
And what kind of things, what do you wish you would have done sooner to make yourself like, to make this condition better?
I wish I was able to visit the doctor as soon as I was not able to sleep properly when I was 12 years old.
And how did that like make you feel like in the very beginning? So I probably like when you've had it for, let's say 2 years, you already understand that like this is the sleeping problem, but like when it came to you the first time when you were 12 years old, like how did that like the first week make you feel? What were you thinking?
At that time, I was confused as to what's happening with my body. It just started with the confusion, and then I think I'm not sure if I researched at that time about insomnia, and that's when I knew. Like maybe I knew about it after 3 months.
And you sort of diagnosed yourself.
Yeah, because we didn't have the. I know that we're not capable to go to a doctor at that time, so I just let the time pass by, and yeah, because I was able to sleep again after 3 months. I was able to cope up with it. So I just let it pass. I just let it slide.
Would you say there's also like a good side to insomnia? There's like some benefits to it?
No.
Doesn't
No.
happen anyway.
It will only help. It will affect your mental state badly if you do not cope up with it. And it will, if you sleep like 4 hours per day, at least you get sleep, but it's not enough. So we're humans and we need sleep, because your body is like recharging it, and it helps you to stay focused and think properly. So for me, it doesn't do good, or it doesn't have a positive effect on a person.
Like how much do you sleep now?
8 hours. I make sure that I have like 6 to 8 hours. Yeah.
Like, do you have regrets?
No, I don't have, because I know that what happened. Because I know that whatever happens in my life, it has reasons, and it's like it helps me. My past helped me build what I am today, or who I am today.
Also, you would say that insomnia doesn't have any benefits, because like when you're like being awake for an amount for 3 months, it's like when you are awake, you're not functioning at 100%. It's not like you're awake but then you feel amazing.
Yeah, it's like I feel awake and I'm numb. You know that feeling? Like when you're walking, it's like your mind is like in a lift, and you don't. It's like traveling without destination. It feels like that. Yeah.
And then you start getting like some sort of health issues after like you didn't sleep for a long time?
Health issues.
Like
no, it's more in mental issues. Yeah.
I've heard that some people who don't sleep for a couple weeks, they start like seeing hallucinations because like when people usually sleep, they also dream, but when you don't sleep for a long time, the sort of dreams start coming to you when you're still awake. You didn't have that?
I didn't have it, thankfully.
What would you say is your biggest fear now?
My biggest fear is losing the people that I love, like my parents, you know.
You have friends now?
Yeah, and my friends too. And my family, my relatives.
True friends?
Yeah, true friends.
And if you would have one wish and you could wish for anything, what would you wish for?
For me to be a singer, so that I don't have to, you know, to reach my passion, and that's singing. Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, thank you so much for
Thank you, Ragnar. Yeah.
your story.